So the T20 World Cup league stages is about to come to an end this week. But if you look at what is the situation in Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, two groups are kind of sorted. But the remainder of the groups, there is still some amount of tension, there is still some uncertainty around it. Now, India are taking on USA today, and it's simple. The winner will join Australia and South Africa as the other teams to make it to the Super 8s. Now, the situation involving New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and England, they are all but done at this point in time, because if you have to look at Pakistan's situation, they are now going to play in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. And remember this particular slide, because from 12th onwards until 15th, the weather is absolutely woeful at Lauderdale. Today's game, Sri Lanka versus Nepal, was washed out without a single ball being bowled. And one wonders, why did you have to organize the matches in Lauderdale, considering the fact that this is the onset of the hurricane season? So that is why, looking at the current situation, 99%, 98%, 98%, 93% chances of rain are going to happen in Florida. Now, let's look at Group A. Group A is India, USA, Pakistan, Ireland and Canada. Now, Canada and Pakistan have played 3 games apiece. Now, what is remaining for them? India, USA, they'll play today. Both the teams will have played 3 matches. Now, a win, you'll get the queue in front of either USA or India, whoever wins today. Now, if India beat USA today, it is kind of good news for them, because Pakistan must win against Ireland in their last league game. But now the problem is, USA must lose to Ireland and India by big margins. But the USA-Ireland game at Lauderdale has got a rain threat. If USA-Ireland gets washed out, Pakistan are eliminated. Because their game is on the 16th, they have to win that also. But if they don't win it, if USA gets 1 point from that Ireland washout, then that is it. Game over for Pakistan, they can't make it. So, at this point in time, if everything remains according to the weather, and if India beat USA, then India and USA will be A1 and A2. That will be the 2 teams from Group A. But now, Group B. Today, Australia became the second team after South Africa to qualify for the Super 8s after comprehensively thrashing Namibia by 9 wickets. 74 in 5.4 overs. Travis Head, David Warner and Mitchell Marsh all stepped up. Adam Zampa took 4 wickets. 100 wickets for Adam Zampa in T20 Ice. Now, Scotland, Namibia, England, Oman. Now the problem is for England, because they have to win versus Oman and Namibia, but Scotland play Australia, and the net run rate plus 2.164 is really going to impact England, because Australia have qualified, but they'll still remain B2. Australia must thrash Scotland in the last league game, because supposing they restrict Scotland to 100 and Australia chase it down in 7 to 8 overs, then their net run rate takes a massive hitting. But on the other hand, Australia have given no inclination whatsoever that they would want to make life very easy for England. So, they'll have a very interesting approach for the Scotland game. England will have to win versus Namibia and Oman. But all that will come to waste if suppose Scotland just manage to win by a margin, say, of if they manage to lose by 15-20 runs, they chase the total down, it takes a lot of time. If they don't lose by a massive margin, Scotland will be B1. Australia will remain B2. So Scotland, USA, these are the 2 teams that might come. England might very well be out. Plus the weather in the games versus Namibia and Oman is not looking favorable for England at all. But now the real conundrum. Group C and Group D. Group C, you're seeing Afghanistan and West Indies in the top 2. But New Zealand are at the bottom. Uganda also, if you look at it, they have gotten only 2 points. Their games are done, almost. New Zealand. Now they are taking on West Indies tomorrow at Taruba. If they lose that, game over. Afghanistan and West Indies are in a good position. If West Indies beat New Zealand, New Zealand are eliminated. Because West Indies will go to 6 points, Afghanistan will be playing Papua New Guinea. So that is why they will get to 6 also. New Zealand will have no chance. If New Zealand beat West Indies, the group is very much wide and open for B2, for C2 rather. C1, Afghanistan is most likely making it C2. If New Zealand make it, they're C1, Afghanistan becomes C2. If West Indies lose to both New Zealand and Afghanistan and New Zealand win both, then West Indies could be eliminated on net run rate. Now that is the real situation. Afghanistan all but through and could be C1 at New Zealand's expense. So it's simple. Afghanistan win against Papua New Guinea, they are through. West Indies beat New Zealand eliminated, West Indies go through. If New Zealand beat West Indies, then Group C is wide open. And if New Zealand manage to win all the remaining games and West Indies lose to Afghanistan, then New Zealand will become C1, Afghanistan will become C2. Group D, the group of death if you look at it. With Nepal and Sri Lanka game getting washed out, South Africa have qualified. So Bangladesh, Netherlands, Nepal and Sri Lanka. Now Bangladesh, Netherlands face off against each other. Sri Lanka face off against the Netherlands. South Africa are through. Sri Lanka are all but eliminated because they can only get to 3 points. Now what should happen for them if Sri Lanka are to get through? Nepal lose both games heavily and Bangladesh versus Netherlands game gets washed out at Arnesvale. But chances of that happening are very minimal because one of Bangladesh or Netherlands will definitely get to 4 points. Sri Lanka can only get to 3. That is the problem with them. So these are the situations that are needed. India, if they win today, they are through to the Super 8s. USA-Ireland game, if USA win or if the game is a washout, USA are through. Pakistan are out irrespective of that. Washout or a USA win, Pakistan are out. For New Zealand, they have to beat West Indies. If New Zealand lose today, West Indies are through. Afghanistan, if they beat Papua New Guinea, they are through then. So that is why Afghanistan, West Indies in the last game might be a formality. On the other hand, England, they have to beat Oman and Namibia, but Scotland, if they lose by a small margin, they will go through. Sri Lanka will have to hope Netherlands-Bangladesh game gets washed out and they absolutely hammer Netherlands for them to get through. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. Bye-bye.